just have one of those mornings where you know that it's already going to be one of those days. That's kind of where I'm at this morning. I've been having a hard time just in general. But this morning I go out to milk. I'm like, okay, today is going to be a good day. I don't care what happens. It's going to be great. And my pig Clementine is out and I can't get her in. And then I go to milk and the pulsator's missing. After having a bad experience milking last night, for whatever reason, baby honey's in heat and she decided to be a little bee-hole. And so I'm gonna start over because I really do. I want to have a better day. I've been having a crappy time. And I think what would make me feel better is if I just pretended to start over and I'm gonna go out and harvest tulips. Yesterday was almost 80 degrees and today is gonna be the same thing. Like, I'm in shorts right now, you guys. So you know what that means for tulips? They all absolutely blow open. And I've already come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to be able to harvest them all, not even close. But this is Black Beauty or what is it? Black Hero. So it's not 100% ready, but I think it's far enough along that I can harvest it. And this might be the only one. But if I come back in like an hour, I can almost guarantee you there'll be more. So enjoy this quiet morning harvesting. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and try. Highlighter yellow ones. I love those too. I mostly love that they're scented because not many flowers are scented. This is one of my faves. It's called Replete. And I am really glad that I bought all of these daffodils because these are perennial always and they will always come back. But isn't this beautiful? I have another variety. Let me grab it. This variety is called Obdum. Wouldn't this be beautiful in a bridal arrangement? It's got the softest yellow in the center, but they both are scented and they're both beautiful. This one comes on about a couple weeks before this one. If you harvest them in what's called the gooseneck stage, this is the gooseneck. I like to wait until you start to see the petals lifting a little bit. You can hold them in the fridge in water and they will keep for a week or two. So when you harvest your tulips in the correct stage, for singles, it's all the way closed. It's called colored bud. So when the bud on it is colored, you have to wait a little bit more for doubles. And these are honestly a little bit open, but when they're still closed, like this, you can hold them in the fridge dry, like bulb off in the fridge. You want to wrap them because you don't want them to lose too much moisture, but I can hold these for a couple weeks in the fridge, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I have a spring bouquet subscription. It's like a 4-week bouquet service, and so I have tulips and ranunculus. And I don't want the subscription to start until my ranunculus is almost ready so they can have, you know, the best of both worlds. A bouquet or two of tulips and then beautiful ranunculus. And it's not, I just got bit on the toe by an ant. Excuse me. So I'm trying to wait until the ranunculus is a little bit farther along. I feel like we don't have that much more time. I look every day for buds, but so far I haven't seen any. I think usually the rule is 90 days after you plant them, so that would put me at like May. So yeah, I'm waiting on that. But I also have half a row of anemones, and this is my first time growing anemones, and they are beautiful. I've just been harvesting them and taking them inside for me, but like, look at this, so pretty. You want to harvest your anemones. See this little collar? Like, this would be perfect, I think. You've got a little room between the collar and the flower, so you know it's not too old. The older it gets, the farther away, let me see if I find any. The farther away the flower gets from the collar, and you won't have the longest space life. And if you harvest it too early, it won't hydrate well. But look how beautiful. They also come in red, and I don't like red personally, but red, purple, red, pink, white. Okay, now I'm gonna go put the tulips in the fridge. Well, I put you on a charger, and then I kind of forgot. And by you, I mean the camera. And then I forgot what I was doing, and I got really busy. But I planted about 700 strawberry crowns today. If that's what all these rubber bands are, is all the bundles. But my back hurts, but I feel accomplished. There's just something about hard work that quiets your mind, you know? Maybe that's why I work so hard, because my brain is always going. But now I am coming down here. I was going to wait until tomorrow to do it. I was going to be done for the day. But to be honest, I'm already a little bit behind my schedule that I tried to stick to. And so I'm going to be direct seeding things today. And I'll tell you what I'm direct seeding. I'm going to do a lettuce mix. Even though I have lots of lettuce like heads inside, I think it's still a worthy venture to plant like a lettuce mix that's just like cut and come again, just in case I need it, you know. I planted this Starstruck lettuce mix, and I mixed it with this Calibration kale mix from Johnny's. I planted that last September, and we are literally still eating it. It overwintered somehow in a Zone 5 winter, all winter long. Nothing wrong with it. Most of it's still good. The kale has already started to go to seed, and I'm just kind of letting it because I'm a seed-saving girl, okay? I will make more beds if I have to so that I can let things stay there and go to seed and collect it. I like it. I like collecting seeds. Next up, I might direct sow some spinach. This is probably, I was going to start trays inside, but I think because the soil's warm underneath my silage tarp, I think that this will germinate pretty well outside. Hackeri turnips, a spring favorite. I love turnips, and these are like crunchy little cabbagey turnips. Whoops. Carrots. I tried to sow an early round of carrots in like mid-March because we were having such mild weather, and I failed. Utter failure, bit the dust. I might have 10 carrots in a whole 50-foot row. So I'm going to tarp that area and start over. I don't know why, but carrots are so hard for me to successfully grow. Last year, not a 1, or maybe 10. I'm still trying. I'm trying again, because that's what I do. Arugula, my favorite green, probably, is arugula. I don't even care when it gets spicy. I like it. I like the peppery. I like the bite. It's delicious with some olive oil dressing and Parmesan cheese. Can't wait for arugula. I was listening to podcasts. I love to listen to podcasts, and I was listening to a farmer podcast, and he was talking about adding Mizuna into a salad mix because it's a really, really fast-growing green, And so when you need something, like say you notice that there's a hole in your schedule and you're not going to have enough of just salad, you can throw this green in and it fills out the salad bag. Plus it's like crunchy and it gives a little different flavor instead of the same old salad mix week after week. So I thought that would be fun. And then I did already plant a 50-foot row of beets that I started inside, but I figured I have these are the seed from last year, plus I have the same amount for this year, so I'm just going to direct seed these and see what sticks. Plus I'll tell you a direct seeding carrots hack. I'm not sure if it works or not, I just heard it, okay? But I'll tell you what I heard and we'll see if it works together, shall we? Okay, now here's my trick that I've never gotten a chance to try, but I hear it works. So when you sow carrots, and I'm using the method that like J.M. Fortier does, so he sows them and then he throws the silage chart back over. That's my plan. But a little indicator that your carrots are almost ready to germinate is you throw like a handful of beets at the end of your row, because they germinate slightly faster than your carrots. And when you peek under there, obviously, every few days, and once you see your beets starting to germinate, you know that you can take the tarp off for your carrots, flame weed, which creates a stale bed because you burnt all the little thread stage weeds down, and then in theory, you have weed-free carrots. Fingers crossed, because that has been my biggest dilemma in carrots, because apparently it's hard to turn an old hayfield into weed-free beds. Who would have thought? It has definitely been a Monday, you know? My pig, Clementine, she's a cooney, love her, but she got out this morning and she was not listening to me. I couldn't get her back in her pen. So I had the brilliant idea of locking her in the barn, which worked. She didn't go anywhere. What I didn't think about was the 5-gallon bucket of molasses that I have to give Honey on top of her feed. And now I don't have 5 gallons of molasses. And Clementine is on a sugar high and is also covered head to toe in molasses. So that's fun. And it's 6:30. We're getting ready to milk again. We're just coming into the time where you are tired and also busy until the sun goes down, which I want all winter long, but when it actually comes, forget about how hard it is sometimes. But now, before that, I'm harvesting some microgreens that I'm gonna put in an omelet or a salad. I can't decide which one I'm gonna eat, but both are gonna have eggs in it or on it. Because for one, we have so many eggs, and for two, it's almost 7 o'clock and I haven't thawed or thought about dinner at all. So it's gotta be fast, and my go-to is omelets. Because it's easy, it's filling, and everybody's happy. And it takes me 30 minutes instead of an hour. Well, I'm gonna take my fresh bowl of microgreens into the house. Ooh, hold on. So I planted these bunching onions in here last spring. And as you can see, they're going to seed. And you heard my spiel about how I love seed, so I'm letting them go to seed. But I have been stealing one of these. This would be delicious in an omelet. Been stealing a couple off of here because I'm basically out of my onion storage, but that successfully got me through winter. I did not buy a single onion all winter, and for that, I'm happy. But I'm gonna take my bowl of goodies and make something out of it for dinner. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time.